Here too, I have his book here. It's called I'm a Fan, How I Married U2 Into My Life Without Going to the Altar. He began writing when his mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and that inspired him to start writing because he needed to do something, and this book is the result of that. He also wanted me to mention he has some of these for sale tonight. If anybody's interested, they're $15 and $5 of that goes to the Chicago Alzheimer's Society. So not only will you get an awesome book, you'll be doing something good. Please join me in welcoming to the stage, for the first time at This Much Is True, Mr. Eric Shivvers!
A tough decision. With the coffee cup in my right hand, I pushed open the heavy steel door into the cold February day. I was trying to escape from my retail job briefly as a gray sky hovered above me with the heaviness of winter. I took a seat on the back staircase just a few steps from the Starbucks store I worked at, using my apron as a little insulation from the cold step for my 10-minute afternoon break. I stared into the alley, reflecting on life and how I took a chance when I moved to Chicago a year and a half earlier. I kept telling myself I left the confines of my parents' place in Iowa for all the right reasons. While harnessed with a bachelor's degree in graphic design, working in retail wasn't the challenge I bargained for. Yet I needed relief from the suffocation of home. Chicago provided me a fresh, new start on life as I stared into the job and saw a pale reflection of me. Shannon, my co-worker, came outside with her arms filled with broken down, corrugated cardboard boxes and was headed to the recycling dumpster. Upon her return, she saw me. "Eric, taking a break?" she asked. "Yeah, for a moment. I have a few minutes before your shift is over, and then I can start closing the process with Sarah. Anne will be in shortly," I replied, and then took a deep gulp of my warm brew. "I've got something for you. Something you've been wanting for a while," she said in a sing-song style as she walked towards the foot of the steps I was sitting on. "What?" I asked in annoyance. "I have a friend who has a friend who resells tickets. I called my connection and asked about you too. He said he's got a couple left for the upcoming Rosemont Horizon show you've been talking about." "Interesting," I said, showing no emotion at all as I looked blankly in return. Shannon didn't know how much I despised scalpers. "He said he has tickets for $125, and I know you want to go." "Where are the seats?" "In the 25th row, section 110, behind the stage," she replied as she pulled out a pack of Marlboro cigarettes from her coat pocket. "Behind the stage for $125? Are you crazy? That's 4 times the amount of face. For that sum, we should be closer, at least on the side." I was annoyed. "Dude, you don't have $300, she said as she pulled out a lighter, cupped her hand and lit a cigarette. She blew the initial drag into the air. "$300 for what?" I inquired. "In front of the stage." "Fuck, I can't believe it. I've got to pay for scalp tickets to see my band." "I've told you I have a ticket connection and these are the cheapest seats he has," she said as she took another drag from her cigarette and shifted her hips from side to side to stay warm. "How long will he hold on to them for us?" I asked. "Until tomorrow afternoon when we can buy them together after your shift." "What am I going to tell Jessica?" I inquired as I looked at Shannon over the rim of my coffee mug. "Your older Jewish girlfriend, whom I smile at every morning and chat with when she comes in to order a grande skim latte?" she asked laughingly. "Don't rub it in. Yes, Jessica." I wore my heart on a sleeve, which made it easy for Shannon to enter my personal life. "Tell her the truth. I have a ticket connection and I got you tickets," she said as a quick smirk came across her face. "Oh, that'll help my cause. Jessica knows how much I want to take her to the show." I then took another sip of my coffee as a rage of fire brewed in my loving heart. "Sadly, you want to go. You don't have tickets, so let me chat with her. I'll explain everything. I'm making my ticket connection available to you." "And no, let me handle this. I don't need you moving in between me and my girlfriend." Shannon looked at me. She knew she had me right where she wanted me. Like a seductress, she was singing to me with temptation, but I didn't want to budge. The tickets, the show, and you too were now creating a whirlwind around me. She took another drag from her cigarette, held the smoke in her lungs, and then exhaled. "Eric, relax," Shannon said as she crouched on her knees in front of me. "You're going to see U2. This isn't how I wanted to go." I was frustrated. First, buying scalp tickets, and then to go with Shannon, whom I had no attraction to whatsoever. "Maybe it's a good thing. From what you've told me, it sounds like Jessica may not want to go." "Oh, how the fuck do you know?" "I'm a woman. I can tell by the signal she's sending you," Shannon replied. "She's my girlfriend. Older girlfriend and Jewish, no less. So, you face it, she may not want to go." "Of course she does. It's you too, for crying out loud," I yelled. "Eric, let me break it to you. She really isn't your girlfriend. How can I soften what I'm about to say? It's a fling." "Fling? What the fuck do you know at 20 and still a virgin, might I add? What do you know about our relationship?" "Everything." "Because you confided in me. 3 dinner dates, a few shack-ups, are closer to a fling. On top of that, you've told me several times you're frustrated with the communication between the two of you. You've given everything to her. And what are you getting in return? Nothing. Therefore, by definition, it's a fling," Shannon said, while squashing her cigarette into the concrete sidewalk. "She's my girlfriend," I shouted in defense. "Bullshit! You know it's not that deep," she replied with honesty. "Shannon, like you know, like I know, I can figure you out. You're hopelessly in love with an older woman, and you're married to U2. Isn't that the truth?" She smiled. Her oversized red lips and chubby face reminded me of everything I didn't like about her. I wanted to hide as I let Shannon know too much about me. I stood up, tossed out what was left of my coffee into the alley. I was fully aware that I had run out of options trying to get tickets to the show. Sometimes you have to ride into the casino with Lady Luck, no matter how you feel about her. "Okay, let's get the tickets," I said with confidence. Shannon's shift was over soon. The conversation from the stoop had begun to haunt me. The pain was obvious. I thought I knew how to protect my heart after my parents' divorce. I guess I was wrong. I was looking for love, desperately, and worried too much about where the relationship with Jessica was going. Well, not enjoying it for what it really was. Shannon might have been right. I was realizing that U2 was more than a band to me. They were my therapist, my guidance, and my inspiration. The tunes of Achtung Baby